Hello everybody, this is Big Benedict. We're on part 30 of the guide for Lords of Shadow. Lords of Shadow 2, excuse me, on Prince of Darkness difficulty. Make sure you smash everything in that courtyard because there's a lot of stuff in that particular plaza as far as artwork. And whenever I play in the menus, I like to get the little exclamation point off every time I get something new so I don't have to see that. And if you do click on all those and you pass a checkpoint and die, or if you don't pass a checkpoint rather, it's not going to save the fact that you clicked those. But this section can be very easy if you just want to sprint past these guys. What you do, well, I'm going to show you what to do, but first of all, I didn't get this last time and it was a source of extreme frustration because you have to get the items and then pass a checkpoint for the items to actually save. So there's two items down here. One is a memorial right there, and one is an experience cache over here. But if you die trying to get to the door, then you're going to have to come down here every single time because the items don't save in your inventory. And I just gave up out of frustration because I just wanted to clear the game last time and start my guide. I didn't want to have to mess around with this. But if you just do everything in sequence and in order, and as long as you know what exactly you're doing about using the bat swarm to distract the enemies and not wasting the mist, and what I mean by that is make sure that the enemies their backs are completely turned, and then do the shoulder dash to give yourself a little bit more room, and then immediately activate the mist. But what we're going to be doing after this is we're going to be throwing the bat swarm at the enemies. Now, I like to get on the other side because I don't really know why. It's just that I like to get back on the other side because I think it's a little easier to target the enemies. I always have problems, for instance, with the horrible lock-on in this game. I'll try to lock on to the enemies from the side that we're going to manifest ourselves on when we get up to the floor over here. And I'll try to target the Golgoth guards with the bat swarm, but what happens all the time is I go to target them and they spot me and I'm behind cover, telling me that it's very broken over here. So I don't have that problem on the other side. That's why I'm going to use the mist over here and target one of the guys with the bat swarm, preferably the guy on the other side. Just be very careful because these guys have a tendency to spot you. There's two guys in the main room and there's one guy guarding the door, but we're going to actually just go right through that guy at the end. So once the guy is distracted with the bats and the other guy is going for him, see how I did the shoulder charge and then I did the bat swarm? That's literally the only way you can get over here with having the mist in time, because otherwise the mist will time out and these guys will come right over here and shoot you and end your session, and then you'll have to go down there every single time and get those 2 collectibles. But if you don't care about the collectibles, this is what you do to speed past it. You bat swarm that one guy and then walk behind this guy so he can't see you, and then just mist your way right through this guy. If you start to mist too soon, you'll end up manifesting yourself like right in front of that guy and then he'll shoot you. But as long as you get the checkpoint, you'll have all the items saved in your inventory, and then it's just a matter of doing this kind of bizarre room. You don't want to stay on any one panel for too long, otherwise you'll get hit with the arrow and sent back. So when you come up here, you're likely to have got shot by the arrows a couple of times unless you did it correctly. And so here's a refill of your health for that, and the rest of this chapter is simply going to be slow walking up to the next part. Now, when you first see Trevor beckoning you down the hallway, it's okay to go down there the first time you play this game, but by the second time you're playing the game, you already know that he's just trying to lead you down there to show you what you have to do to distract the second Acolyte. But when you're playing it this time, see, here's Trevor. He's telling you to go down that hallway. But we already know that if we go down that hallway, it's just going to waste time. So, yes, we know to go down the hallway. But first we have to go over here and do the cutscene and just walk away from the second Acolyte. I love just the pure evil of this guy and the sadistic things he says. He calls him Little Dragon. It's just like the most demeaning thing you could call this guy, and he makes my skin crawl. But the next video will be the Riders of the Storm, so it's not a hard boss whatsoever, and it's rather fun and challenging and just darkly evil and just wonderful. So we're going to do the Riders of the Storm in the next video. So take care.